Welcome back, family. This is Walter Winesberry at Maximize Autistic Potential. And we're back again to talk about my favorite subject, as always, autism. Today in the studio, I was able to bring my younger sister. We had an interesting conversation today about autism. Luria Lindauer. And tell everybody what it is that you do. Man.
Hello and thank you. Love being here with my big brother. I am a professional agility coach, but I'm also a professional coach, and I help organizations and leaders and everyday people empower and enrich their lives. I'm a techie by trade, but I had to level up and help the real thing, the behaviors.
So we were having this very interesting conversation on the way over here, actually, about autism, and she was giving me another perspective because I have tunnel vision. I have a way of seeing things, and that's just it. So this month, as many of you know, is Autism Awareness Month. And there are many of us in the community that have a certain feeling about, what this month can mean. So I was just listening to one of the thought leaders, and she was expressing how she felt about Autism Awareness Month, that being that awareness is just the tip of the iceberg, that we need something more. We need something more beyond just awareness. And I was really echoing that sentiment as well, and the term that I used was empowerment. We need, in my opinion, not just autism awareness, but an autism empowerment. And
what do you mean by empowerment?
Right, so that's the issue that my sister brought up, that empowerment means certain things to different people. And what I believe is that awareness is not enough. We need more than awareness. We need to, people with autism, or should I say more precisely, parents of children with autism need more than just to be aware, or they need more than other people to be aware, and perhaps not just aware, but what's another term for it's not awareness, but in addition to the awareness, there's a type of I don't want to use the word sympathy because I just can't think of another word, but a type of
they need to have empathy is the word that you're looking for, is what I would say is. But it starts with, we've had this conversation, it starts with awareness, and it depends who your target audience actually is. If you are talking about parents, or are you talking about other people, or are you talking about the people who have autism? So the first stage is always awareness, because I can relate it, as I was talking to my brother, as a black woman in corporate America, is that one of the big things is that I want people to first be aware of how it feels and what is it like, so that therefore they can have acceptance and understanding. And so we don't only need awareness, we need awareness and an environment to be empowered, is what I was telling him. You can't, empowerment is a state of being. It is where we feel safe. And in that safety, there's acceptance and understanding. And so, yes, it depends what you mean and who your target audience actually is what we were talking about. Because if I am someone with autism, or I am a black woman, I want people to be aware so that they can first have understanding. But there is much more to it, I agree. If I am a parent, I want others not to understand where I'm coming from, to have empathy, not sympathy. I don't want you to be sympathetic. I want you to have as much empathy as you can, so that you can then be quiet and become the student, and then therefore I can become the teacher, and so that then you can not stare and do whatever the thing you're doing, but you can offer support and help in the way that I need it. And that's what I was saying.
So, again, I agree with you to a point. I think it depends on who your audience is,
Yeah.
So, and many times, my target audience is actually the parents and not the person that has autism, because 40% of autism people with autism never learn how to speak, and the parent is going to have to be the caregiver for that person with autism for probably far longer than a person without autism. So my audience primarily is to the caregivers and the parents of those with autism. So to me, autism awareness, I will concede, is a great first step. But we have to be talking about what's the next step, what's the second step.
What's the next step?
So what is it that I do beyond just engendering a sense of empathy for others? For me, I wanted more for my children with autism. I wanted them to become as functional as they possibly could, and I don't think I'm taking away anything from their awareness, and by making them more functional, that's not in any way detracting from who they are. It's actually enhancing who they are, and giving them a better opportunity to function in this world without me. And as parents of children with autism, that's a primary concern that we have. How is my child going to function in this world without me? So I've been talking all along in terms of the road that I took was always about nutrition and detoxification, and how that enhanced my children in terms of their functionality, taking away some of the taking away some of the severity of some of the symptoms of autism. The core symptoms being language, behavior, and socialization. We've seen tremendous benefits in all of those areas, and I think it's primarily due to nutrition and detoxification. So that's been the method that I have chosen. That's the method that I preach and teach my clients, and it's not always. We don't always get a home run with every client. It's not like every client knocks us out the park and they go from poorly functioning to optimal functioning. And it's also something that takes a long time. It's not something that happens overnight. I want to share just briefly what one of the parents wrote today, put up in our group. With the group is Dakari's Autism Protocol. If you're on Facebook, you're going to want to join that group so you can see what some of the parents are saying today. So this is a long-time parent. So this parent has been on the protocol for like 4 years. And she wrote, the new change in the protocol has brought us an awesome change. Alex asked when his brother would be coming home from school. I said later. He said what time? Pardon me for a second, guys. Can you talk for a second? Let me take this. You can just read that.
He said, today I gave him several things to do at once, and he said, let's make a list, Mommy. I grabbed some paper and a pen. Words can describe my joy. Praise God. Thank you, DAP, for being a willing vessel. And then the prayer hands. Those are the things that Dakari's protocol can do. As my brother was talking about the empowerment and the awareness, I think what's also next is that we move into action. And I'm getting pointed towards the screen, so I'm gonna do that. Let's not look at the thing. So it's about getting into action. And so a lot of times we stick with awareness, but when we are going through something, it's enough time to talk about it. We want times to be about it. When I came to visit my family, and I'm living in San Diego, and I hadn't seen, because of COVID, my nephew and my whole family since November 2019. So I needed a dose of family. And my nephew was there, and the last time he would talk with me a little bit. Because I remember when he would talk at me, he would just talk, and then talk with me. And he came into the kitchen, and I asked him, I said, Dakari, well, how you doing? And he said, I'm doing good. And I said, well, tell me what you like. And he had this amazing conversation, and he started telling me about all type of things. He started telling me about, different universes and different parallels of thought. And I was blown away. I was not because he had autism, because of the intellect that he has as a human being. I was like, wow, this drink has allowed, and what we all want is for them to be their best me. I asked him, I said, Dakari, because we're going to do a webinar, Nutrition for Autism, where we're going to help parents and people to go through a program with a protocol one-on-one so we can have support, family, and education so we can go through this journey together. And I asked him, I said, Kari, what is the one thing that you want from people? And because we were trying to figure it out. So I said, let's go to the source. And he said, Auntie, what we want is acceptance and understanding. And I said, yes. And so that's what this webinar, and that's what something that we're going to bring to people, to have that support, to walk through it together hand in hand. Because it's time for this month. We do need more than awareness. We need empowerment. And my brother and I, we're going to go into action for people because we all need one another.
Right. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Sorry for being the interruption. No idea who that was. But as
when they call, they call. When they call, they call. They need you.
So that was, I said, Tyra, and what she said, that was a phenomenal testimonial. I'm constantly changing things on the protocol, trying to get a deeper impact. And for her, some of the more recent changes are starting to bring about some deeper impact and bring higher levels of functionality to her child. And as I said, this isn't always the case, though. I don't want to mislead anybody, let anybody think that the protocol has been phenomenal for everybody. When it works, it works. It works partially for some people and spectacularly for others.
But that's with everything, right? And so there's everything within that moderation. But I can say that the protocol, when you're on it and you take it step by step, and you see your child and they look at you for the first time and they speak or they notice you, it is amazing. And so my brother has the ability, he's very humble. But I have to say that being in isolation and I wasn't had access to his amazing green drink, I was stressing and I had deep bags under my eyes. And they were scaring me. I've never had dark circles under my eyes like that before. And I did 2 days. I did 2 green drinks, and it went away. I was terrified. I was ready to go to the doctor. I was sluggish. I am moving around. I think I'm driving this family a little nuts, me and my daughter, because we have super high energy. But I'm glad to be back to normal. And this is what nutrition can do to you. During this webinar and this program and the protocol, we work with detoxification, boosting your immunity. What else, bruh? What else?
Reducing inflammation.
Reducing inflammation, which I haven't ached. I sometimes as we all do, and really with kids and autism, but it even helps everybody. So nutrition is the key. Is my knees had something going on. It was too much sugar and candida in my body. And I haven't ate since just 2 shots. I'm begging him, like, you gonna get on this green drink. You need to make it. Like, I'm on him. He will make it today. And that's what you want for your children. But we also have to caution that, with any medicine, aspirin, whatever, what have you, we have different effects. And but it is something that he has worked many years. And if you would have saw my nephew in the days where I used to watch it when he was little and I was teaching him words, and he had to do like 20 words real quick, super smart. He lost them. And today to be able to have, I'm talking about, he's an incredibly intelligent conversation. Man, I was blown away. I was like, we looking at colleges, because he's amazing. And that all came from years of my brother not stopping. And that's what we're going to do for you in this program. We're not going to stop. We're going to show that support because, like he said, we need more than awareness. We're going to create an environment of empowerment. And my brother is the knowledge. He has tons of knowledge, and I have to pull it out. I guess I'm more of the personality, I would say.
So now one of the interesting ideas that my sister had was, because right now our protocol has like 5 phases. We charge 1 set price for the protocol, like $2.95. But she was talking about the possibility of breaking up the
it will be no possibilities here.
The possibility of breaking up the protocol and just selling each phase one at a time. And maybe for the first phase, it would be a much reduced price, maybe like $175 or something like that.
What we're doing is we want to have the first group of parents that we go through with anything of the program as we go through, because we go and meet, we go together, we have family together, we support each other, we do this together because this is hard, and we've all realized that even now within COVID that we need support to stay healthy for our children, but also for ourselves, because sometimes, like I know my brother targets the parents, but the kids also. And so this is where we're going to come together so the parents can have a place to get better. And so we will break it down, and we'll send out some information and put it on Facebook about how we're going to break this program down to make it so that you can go through it at the pace that you want to for your benefit.
Because presently we have people that have paid for the entire protocol. I was just talking to one of my members a couple of days ago. She's been on the protocol, I think in June, she said it'll be a year. And she's only on phase 3 of the protocol. So she should have been, have completed all 5 phases by this time. But people go at their own pace, So I think another thing is that if we break the protocol up into phases, and I think phase 1 is the phase where you really see if this is something that can help you, maybe we'll be able to get more people involved. And I don't know if price may be an issue for some people, but this way you can partially commit without totally committing to the overall price, But I think if you the idea though is because the phases will be separated, you'll have the ability to do one phase at a time or pay a price to get all of them at the same time.
Right, because there is no cost that if people pay $500 for a doggy carriage, they're going to pay to help their children because there is no price, and we're making it that it is affordable. But the real outcome is that it helps your children, and you also have the support, and that's really what we're here for. We're here to so that your children can get better, and they can be the best that you want for them and that they want to be. And it's through natural nutrition. And the crazy thing, me and my brother talk about this all the time, is they know this stuff. They know that we don't need those pills. So let's do it the natural way,
Yeah, that certainly using nutrition should have an appeal. It's something that was instinctive to our ancestors. They all, had an understanding. There was a little simple saying back in the day: "You are what you eat." So it matters what
Right.
you put into your body, and no, even more so with children with autism.
Right.
To me, they have targeted issues that need to be addressed. And we found that when you address those targeted issues,
What issues?
when you address those targeted, the targeted biology, I think that's a better way to say it.
But what
so
are those?
They have some differences in their biology. So they have, and these are some of the things that are well known. They have gut dysbiosis. They have inflammation in
They
their
can't sleep.
They have inflammation in their brain, sleeping issues with sleeping. Maybe some have issues with bedwetting, and there's all type of there's a constellation of issues that are very known in the community.
Right.
Okay, and what we have found is that those constellation of issues for our son, there were none of those symptoms that didn't get at least somewhat better. Some of them seem to disappear. Some of them got a little bit better. Some of them got a lot of bit better. You know what I mean? But and that's the thing that when I say we need something beyond nutrition, parents need knowledge. They need to know.
Yes.
So they need to know it's possible, and they need to know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anything else that you need to know. We're going to be providing this as a service. We're going to try to, make it as affordable as we possibly can. But it is something that, as you said, they can spend $500 on what?
On a doggy carriage or a new pair of shoes or a new weave.
Right. So
I'm just saying.
Right. So if you can spend and I don't know the price yet, but you can spend $500 on weave or shoes. You know what I'm saying?
We do anything for our children is my point. That's not the point. I'm trying to get you away from price. Is that what we're providing is support. Most people They want to be identified and understood. They want a safe place where they can speak, and that's what we're going to do. And they want a path to the future, and that's what we're doing. So I always say the protocol may take you one step, one inch, but if I wasn't there before, I'm closer to my goal. So
Right.
you decide your goal and your path, and we're going to help you with that. I'm going to help with the coaching and the facilitation, and my brother is, like I said, the knowledge person behind the protocol. So together, we are the dynamic duo, I guess.
All right, and just another reiteration: it's Maximize Autistic Potential. That's the name of the company. You can look at our Facebook on Maximize Autistic Potential or Dakari's Autism Protocol. You can reach out to me personally at maximizeautisticpotential@gmail.com or call 313-528-9240. So get at me, man, because we want to help families. This is something that I'm passionate about,
Right.
and something that we've seen the benefit of. This is not something, and I'm not, again, no one should promise any type of outcome. It's about getting on the journey, starting on that journey toward healing.
Yeah.
Proper using nutrition,
Say that one more time. The journey towards what?
journey toward healing.
Yes.
So nutrition and detox is a powerful ally to anybody, but even children with autism.
Right, and we will come in soon. Nutrition for Autism webinar and the Nutrition for Autism program for families.
That's it.